Welcome back to Studiosetstage. I'm your host, Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Marq Dean.
Hey there, we are back. What's up, Marq Dean? Another exciting week.
Yes, indeed. Another exciting week to all the Studiosetstage out there. We're so glad that you are with us today.
Yes, every week. It's just so good to just share, right? Everything that we're doing, what you guys are doing, and just the amazing and fast-moving pace of just entertainment, going from studio set into the stage.
Yes, indeed. I tell you, man, it can be a whirlwind. I mean, time is moving so fast. I mean, we're not that far away from Christmas. And I'm telling you, man, time is moving so much.
We got like 12 days. On. How many days we got into Christmas?
Yeah, it's the 12th day of Christmas month. Yeah, you know how that goes. Right. But definitely to everybody out there, man, I just want to say, happy holidays. Hope you're staying safe with all that's going on with the pandemic, with everything. Hope that you're ready to enjoy the holidays for 2020.
I know. You took the words out of my mouth. Happy holidays to all of you guys. Merry Christmas. There are so many different holidays. Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa is
Happy Kwanzaa.
Up. I know, right?
Happy Kwanzaa.
We celebrate Kwanzaa, so we are looking forward to Christmas and Kwanzaa this 2020. I know we always talk about how this year is just, we can't wait to get rid of 2020 or get out of 2020, but there are some great things that have happened in 2022, man. It really has.
Yes. A lot of things. It was an eventful year. None the least to say, but definitely I just feel glad that we've made it thus far, because amidst everything, we are still here and we're still able to bring you another edition of Studiosetstage.
And with that said, we just want to say thank you guys to all of you who are supporting us by checking out our merch store. So that is up and live for some of you guys who did not know. And of course, we know a lot of you do know because you have visited the store. So thank you. We got some new stuff, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we have some new merchandise for you. We have a beautiful black mug, which states Studiosetstage, along with the t-shirts, along with the hoodies. I'm telling you, man, it is amazing. The hats, the beanies for this time of year. I think I just saw in the news that they're having another big major cold storm or surge coming through.
Yeah, the weather,
hey, grab you that hoodie, grab you that hat right now. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect
and represent.
It is the perfect time, guys. Copy some long sleeve shirts, and and what's so cool, like I said, so many of you who have not visited the store, you see Studiosetstage, guys, but we also have a lot of the occupations, a lot of what describes you, what characterizes you. Are you the lyricist? Are you the actor? Are you the singer? Are you the creator? Are you the parent? So Studiosetstage really appeals to not just us and people who are in the business, but people. If you just take part in any entertainment, if you sit on your couch and you're enjoying your favorite movie, guys, you are part of this movement. You are part of this lifestyle.
Yeah, you are, most definitely. I mean, like you said, Cynthia, if you love entertainment, if you love the arts, if you're an actor, an actress, if you are, say, I'm just taking guitar lessons, or I'm taking piano lessons, or, I just want to pick it up as a hobby, but those hobbies can lead to something else.
If you're planting seeds, seeds.
You plant those seeds, if you're starting out and saying, well, you know what, I definitely want to, up my stakes in the craft. I want to become a student of the craft. Well, Studiosetstage.com will definitely have exactly what you're looking for. Exactly.
Definitely. So again, thank you so very much. Thank you for all of you who have visited the store and continue to support. So with that said, guys, you know what? It is now, what is this, December 15th? So just want to go ahead, guys. We're talking today election news, talking about some big Tyler Perry news. Love him. Seems like Tyler Perry has something going on every single week. He's a boss, of course. And of course, we're going to talk these new vaccines that have been approved. So I know, Marq, we were talking off air and literally got into like a heated discussion just about these vaccines, man. Can you believe it? We actually have a vaccine for the coronavirus, and they are starting distribution as early as today, like this week. It's crazy.
Yes, they're starting with the first responders
Yeah.
and the elderly. I know they had news that they just shipped out, I think it was Pfizer, along with another company. And just, I think, a week, 2 weeks ago, they actually started administering the vaccines in the UK. So, they're now still trying to assess, the outcome from that.
Right,
and so,
right.
That number is still being tallied as we speak. But now definitely with here in the state of Georgia, we've heard that they just shipped out a good supply to a lot of the major health entities throughout hospitals
Public
and,
health
and health clinics
departments.
and
Yeah.
the health
Yeah.
departments,
Well, you know
so
what?
forth.
We just want to
Yeah.
remind you, almost 500,000 people in the U.S. have died as a result of the coronavirus,
Yes.
COVID-19. And like I said,
Right.
our hearts go out to those of you whose families who have been impacted. Of course, we are not exempt. We have had friends who have been touched by the COVID, and this vaccine, it's just mixed reviews. Like I know, guys, you guys are watching, and it's mixed feelings. I think me and Marq, we even have conflicting views about the vaccine. Now Marq, you were saying you're not too sure about it. What are you saying?
I'm gonna tell you, Cynthia. I mean, just to be right out. I was born and raised, as everyone know, I was born and raised in Tuskegee, Alabama, which was also, a lot of history, a lot of background. When we talk about vaccines, that hits a very, very tender place
Sensitive,
for me. And very sensitive to that, because I had family members that participated in the Tuskegee experiment.
Wow.
Which for those of you that don't know, due diligence, Google it. You'll find out the Tuskegee experiment was an experiment that was scientific experiment put on by the government, which they had knowledge of, where they administered the syphilis virus, but they had, clouded it and said, well, no, we're just doing treatment, and we want to give you, you guys come out for your free checkups, and, we're going to make this available to the community. But they were basically, giving people the syphilis virus.
They were using us, right, as guinea pigs, basically, as lab rats.
Human guinea pigs.
Yeah.
So, for me, with the saying, well, we have the vaccines ready and they're ready to go, so come on. I'm like,
I know. I feel the same way. I mean, I understand.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, for me, and I do know, like you said, we are, oblivious to, the toll that this pandemic has taken, on families, tremendous loss, due to negligence of those that were knowledgeable of it and could have, done and taken certain, precautions to remedy the situation where it wouldn't have escalated to this point. However, it is what it is. And my thing is now, I just don't want it to be a situation like that, where now you're trying to put a Band-Aid on a festered wound.
Okay, so I know a lot of people, we're talking about how it seems like, here we go again. Why is it, you want the people of color, you want the entertainers, you want all of us to go first, is there a conspiracy to kill, to kill us off, to kill people, people of color off, I mean, we've heard that, we laughed a little bit or whatever, but there's always so much truth, to a joke. But, in that same breath though, guys, how many of us have received immunizations? you think about it, inoculations throughout your years, you take your child and they get vaccinated, right? So it's like, this is not the first time that this is happening. We think about all the vaccinations that we have that actually do protect us from different viruses, different, diseases. And there was a trial period for that too. So, what's your response to that?
Well, my response to that
hundreds,
is,
it's hundreds of them.
But you have to look at it in the way that some of those immunizations that you are speaking about, where it is actually where it wasn't due to a pandemic or due to a certain situation where you had certain illnesses, where I think it was relegated to a certain, not where the masses, but you're dealing with, okay, well, this is a particular illness that affects in this way due to maybe a deficiency, due to something that's going on, where with this pandemic, I mean, we've seen people that look like the perfect build of health.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the next week or two, they're just
gone.
And so, with that raises, my eyebrows to understanding on that side of it. And to say, well, even with some of those immunizations that you were talking about, it wasn't rushed. It was a process. They took time. They looked at, okay, well, what is going on?
So it does seem a little bit rushed
Yeah.
right now. And I think it's because, and we know there are a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot, the economy depends upon people getting out, working, that type of thing. So they, our economy has been severely impacted by this coronavirus. So of course, yes, they are pushing it. They are behind it because it's about dollars and cents. Isn't everything, right? But it's about dollars and cents. Yeah.
More so than any other industry. The entertainment industry has been tremendously affected by, the pandemic. Movie theaters have completely shut down.
Artists can no longer do concerts.
Touring. Look at with sports, sporting engagements like the NBA. I mean, they completely locked down. They had locked down, and you still have athletes that are popping up with contracting the virus.
It's just so scary because you don't know, like, whoever contracts,
you don't know.
You could be asymptomatic, right? So you could be walking around with it and fine, but you can pass it off to someone, like you said, and that person be gone that next day.
And that's why I was saying, even dealing with that, if a person is asymptomatic, that could be, with time and I guess with testing, because you want to trust science. And like some experts that have said, you cannot rush it at the same time, but you have to definitely look at it, analyze it, and make sure that, if you got a vaccine, and don't get me wrong, I'm not just, okay, well, damn the vaccine, I don't want none of that, get the hell away. It's not anything like that. I'm saying though, is if you're going to provide a vaccine, make sure that the proper research, due diligence has been done, and it is effective. And it won't cause any problems. Because also, like I said before, Tuskegee experiment, they said, hey, well, we're treating you, and look what happened. So
so a lot of mistrust, especially in our communities, because it's a history. It's not even just the Tuskegee experiment. There are so many instances
many more
where we have been abused, right? And used as lab rats.
The Native Americans, another
all people of color. So listen, with that, we're talking coronavirus right now here. This is Studiosetstage. I'm your host, Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Marq Dean.
And Marq Dean, that's right. And so listen, guys, talking about the coronavirus, you know, just recently, two of our favorite singers was set up to do the Verzuz, right? The Verzuz battle.
Yes.
And man,
Right.
we were looking forward to Keisha Cole battling Ashanti. So yeah. It has been canceled, of course, you guys know by now. Ashanti tested positive for COVID-19, and so it was postponed indefinitely until she can get back up on her feet. So, but not just local people. I mean, everyone is affected by the coronavirus. Everyone.
Oh yeah, everyone is affected. I mean, no one is immune. This virus doesn't discriminate against whether you are in a financial, it doesn't discriminate against your economic status, your color, and again, our prayers are, go out to Ashanti. We wish her a speedy recovery and hope all is well. As well, we also lost a country legend, major country legend, Charlie Pride. Was one of the first African-American
trailblazer
country superstars, and he passed at the age of 8 this past week due to COVID related activities. And
it's believed that it's believed that he contracted the virus, right, when he was accepting an award at the Country Music Awards. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what's been going around. They were saying that the symptoms actually from the COVID appeared after he made that appearance, his last appearance, to accept the Lifetime Achievement Award for the CMA, Country Music Association Award. So, and they have come out and issued statements stating that, they did, they took all the necessary precautions in place. However, with this virus, again, it for some people, it might be asymptomatic. For some people that, definitely that's prone and, actually up in age, and have those other variables, or pre-existing conditions, it could, you could get you could get access or get, access to it and you're done.
You know what? I'm very curious. Jumping back to Keisha Cole and Ashanti. Of course, like we said, their Verzuz battle is postponed. So who you got? You're an expert. That's kind of your arena in music. Who you got, Ashanti or Keisha Cole?
Man, they both had some great hits,
some bangers, right?
Yeah, they both had some major achievements. That'd be a tough one. I mean, I would really have to go back in.
Who you taking? Come on, you know who you're taking. Who are you? Who do you think is the winner? Honestly.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Keisha, I think, has the stronger voice.
Yeah, of course.
Cole
I mean, we know
that. Voice.
Yeah, we know that.
Ashanti has a deep catalog though, and she's also
That's
a great
what I was
writer.
getting ready to say.
Yeah, she's a great writer. So they both have their strengths.
So
it'd be tough. I would have to review I would have to go back through and kind of listen to it because I really hadn't had the chance to do that.
In this Verzuz, so is it okay for her, and you can tell me, is it okay for her to play all of J-Lo's music?
Hey, if she wrote it, if that's part of her catalog,
I am not sorry.
If she wrote it, and she said, hey, I shadowed this.
I love you, J-Lo. I love you, Ashanti.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I went there. But it's good to see Keisha Cole back out there. Of course, Ashanti. We do know like Ashanti really, she has been grinding. Like I've seen her, she's really been out here performing and just kind of doing the concerts, of course, a quarantine, of course. But I think we really miss Keisha Cole because I for some reason, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I literally thought that Mary J. Blige was about to hand the mantle off to Keisha Cole, and it kind of was like, MJB still here though, you know.
Oh yeah, and
yeah.
you know, I mean, you know, Mary J. That's you know, that's just another. She's established herself as the, you know, she's the queen of hip hop soul.
Yeah.
You know, and so she will always carry that. You know, she will always have that on her back, if you will. But they are, you know, no doubt Keisha is talented. You know, just seeing those artists really maintaining their consistency.
That's
you
right.
know,
That's right.
That's the biggest thing, and it comes down to that.
Show up to the party and keep going.
Yeah, and it's tough. You know, this process. You know, in that. You know, and you know, with celebrities, they also have issues in their personal lives. You know, when you're dealing with that and so forth. So, you know, it's those variables that you got to be aware of and just be able to, you know, maintain and keep going.
Well,
you know,
I'm hoping that Ashanti and Keisha Cole will use this to kind of, you know, revive their careers, which is what I'm seeing, because I think about the last verses, you know, Gucci Mane and Jeezy. You guys already know I was like scared to death. You know, had 911 on speed dial because it was like, then it was like, oh, then it was like, then it was like, oh, because you were, it was like everybody was on like the edge of their seats. Talk about entertainment, right? But
definitely.
They were able to like really financially capitalize on that Verzuz, you know, people who like were introduced to songs that they had never heard before. So I had a girlfriend who said she's never a Gucci Mane fan, but after the Verzuz, she was like, I think I'm gonna go back and revisit this. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, it was one of the largest, you know, as far as viewing with what they've done. Kudos to Timbo the King, Timbaland, and Swiss Beats, you know, for coming up with I think really as a movement. So, you know, kudos to the whole Verzuz staff, and I think they've got some other things that I've heard. I think they in the place of this, I think within the next week or so, I think they have the legends of the Bay Area in hip hop, E40 and Too Short.
Very nice.
So that's going to be pretty interesting. I think it's a really good matchup.
Am I going to be clenching? Am I going to be clenching my fist again, like with Jeezy and Gucci Mane?
Nah, man. These guys, you know, I mean, they definitely have. They both have a deep catalog, and they go back. You know, these guys have, you know, careers that span, you know, close to 30 years. You know, in the game, and really laid down some pretty good foundational hits for, you know, the generation that's coming up now. So, you know, I really give props to Verzuz for, you know, bringing that back and reminding us of how deep the lineage goes in terms of the talent. And also, you know, kind of a reminder saying, well, nothing's new under the sun. You know, this is where this started, or, you know, those things. And it kind of gives you a deeper insight to the craft in general.
It does. Well, like I said, we can't wait to hear Ashanti and Keisha Cole. But let me tell you something else that I cannot wait to hear and see. Guess what, guys? Tyler Perry is gearing back up. You will not believe the project that he is involved in coming up. Sister Act, guys. Sister Act, starring Whoopi Goldberg, Back in the Habit. Yes. They are reviving Tyler Perry in collaboration with Whoopi Goldberg. They're going to bring, she's coming back.
For Sister Act.
It's for Sister Act, and so excited. You know, Tyler Perry with the multi-billion-dollar stages over here, right? In Atlanta. It just makes sense. It really makes sense. And it's been 30 years, I believe, since the first Sister Act, and it was wildly successful and popular.
It was a great franchise. I mean, Whoopi, you know, is
master, absolute master. Master
comedian,
you know,
master actor, comedian actor. Academy Award winning, so I enjoyed Sister Act when I remember when it came out.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see, how the project is going to really evolve, and as far as bringing it to now, 2021,
Yes.
it's going to be very interesting. So
it's so interesting.
again, yeah,
We're in the middle of, like I said, the coronavirus, COVID
right.
2020 is just a wrap almost. And all of the movies that would have went to these physical theater houses, they're all being released, digitally, Amazon, Netflix, what have you. And it's just amazing, sometimes I miss the fanfare. You're missing kind of the red carpet, all the things that go into making a big blockbuster movie, the promo of it. But I mean, it's comfortable. You sit down, look at Jingle Jangle, I am so, I cannot say enough about David Talbot and what he did with Jingle Jangle, a masterpiece.
Yes, again, great project, amazing project. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely it's perfect. The perfect film for the holidays. Really evokes just the spirit of the holiday season. It was definitely I think it was a labor of love when you actually take it into account. Now, some people say, well, I'm not really into musicals and different things like that, and that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that, because I am to the core. I love it, So
I know. I have some friends like that. They say, musicals are very jarring, where someone may be saying, "Hey, could you open the door?" and they just start singing, just bust out and start singing. But there's an art to it. Me being an actor, and me being, like I said, a thespian. There's a certain art to it. A story being told through the music. It's a whole nother level too.
Yeah, and music is another form of expression. It's a language, and it's something that needs to be, I think, through Jingle Jangle, through those projects, it's just another way to interpret and just to give the craft, give it out there, put it out there. The emotions, the energy. So great project.
You know what? I can see Tyler Perry working with David Talbot again. I'm sure in the nearby future. How smart was Tyler Perry? Lord God, in just producing his own table, as he said. Right? He said they wouldn't give him a seat at the table, so he created his own table. That's what we all trying to do, right? That's what we all trying to do. So I just want to say big ups to Tyler. Not only is he trailblazing away in the arts, but you know what, he just has a heart. He understands, he gets the plight of African Americans in America, and we know that because, like, just recently we were just talking off air about how Perry has donated, I think it's $100,000 to the defense fund of Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. You know who Breonna Taylor was, of course.
Yes.
Another victim of white supremacy, another victim of the Proud Boys, another victim of the KKK. It runs
police brutality.
Basically. And Tyler Perry has really stepped up to the plate to really help defend so many of us Black people who are victims.
Yeah, definitely. Again, and Tyler has definitely, he's always been in, since he was blessed, and he feel like, you have to pass it forward. You have to pay it forward.
Pay it forward, you do.
So, that's a testament, and to those that are in position. And even if, you're just able to, focus attention on the needs, it creates, it creates more of a launching pad to, build a coalition to really take a look at these problems, and really consistently approach them. And it takes everyone. It takes everyone.
He is really a role model in the Am I My Brother's Keeper? And I love that. I absolutely, he, like I said, he hasn't been the celebrity who has made millions, right? And they get up in their glass house and they close the door and they can't hear anything. They can't remember where they came from. I just love him for that. I love him for reaching back and just remembering where he came from, right? That he means nothing unless he opens doors for others who look like him, who sound like him, and who are him. Yeah.
And that's what it's about, really, at the end of the day. And I think that's something that we both have always talked about is, you know, expanding, you know, not so much, it's not about getting a piece of the pie. It's more about learning the ingredients of how to make a pie so you can make it bigger for everyone. You know, because when everybody eats, everybody is satisfied, and that equates to success. So, you know, again, kudos to Tyler. For you know, definitely doing what is doable from his point of view, and just saying, hey, look, you know, I'm in a position, so why not? Why not? Why not?
Exactly. Well, guys, listen, we just want to make sure that you are understanding now is the time to hear your voice, make your voice heard, guys. We have an election, right? Runoff election, January 5th, guys. And
January 5th.
This week, early voting started. So we are very excited. I am an early voter. And and just I am just overjoyed at just watching our Senate candidates. Studiosetstage, we are endorsing John Ossoff for Senate, and as well as Reverend Raphael Warnock. So you heard it here first. Studiosetstage, guys. Those are the candidates that you need to vote for. Okay, we need you to get out in droves. Yes, you went out in the general election, but we need you right now. These elections will determine who controls the Senate, okay? And one is too many. So we need your power right now. Again, early voting is happening, has begun, and will run through January 1st, and then you have the runoff election January 5th. So get out there. We will be out there. And like I said, we are endorsing Ossoff and the Reverend Warnock.
Yes, indeed, guys. Definitely, again, it is not over. Voting is one of the first steps in the process to really be progressively making change. And you have to understand, guys, it's not over. We still need to come out and vote, because your vote does matter. Don't undervalue it. Understand people fought and died for the right to vote. And in this democracy, if you will, the right to vote is important. So
and we know that because Joe Biden and our vice president, so President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, they have won the election 10 times over now.
Yes, the Electoral College officially made it. It's official.
They did with 306.
Finally.
So
Finally.
Congratulations to President Biden and VP Kamala Harris for winning the election the 10th time.
Finally,
exactly. So listen, guys, we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Every week we strive just to bring you some things that will help you, help elevate you in this career. Maybe bring you some information that you did not know about also.
Yes, indeed. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Studiosetstage on our YouTube channel, and Studiosetstage on all social media. That's IG, that's Facebook. Also look us up on Twitter, as well as, don't forget, again, our shop at studiosetstage.com. Shop, grab you that mug, grab you that shirt. You know, if you're a Studiosetstage actor, producer, creator, boss, log on right now, studiosetstage.com.
Y'all know it's the holidays, and you know you're looking for gifts, and you know you have that person or child that's a ballerina, a gymnast, that's a movie buff, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it runs the whole list. So
yeah,
go ahead.
You're a studio set stager. Yes.
Yes,
you are a studio set stager. Studio set stager. Hashtag that to us too. You know, we love the feedback and we appreciate all the love and support.
Tag us, y'all. Tag us wearing your gear or whatever you purchased. Okay. So we love you guys. You can reach me across all social at Cynthia Mallard. Marq Dean.
And you can reach me at Marq Dean Music on all social media.
All right. I'm Cynthia Mallard, and for Marq Dean. Hey, this is Studiosetstage. Next week.
Love you.